It's January here in Ontario. Time to start calling coyotes. On this set, I was self-filming, and this guy caught me completely by surprise.
That coyote wasn't 5 yards from me. He just, beautiful coyote, he just all of a sudden, boom, he was right there. I hit the record button and swung the camera, but I don't know if you saw that, but like he's laying there 15 yards from me. Holy, he stopped, and as soon as I got the gun up, he started to go the other way, but it was way too late by then. Wow. Again, the old Bergara 6.5 Creedmoor. I've learned this year that in most of my spots I need to keep my scope dialed back. I always had a habit of dialing it out for the farthest shot. That's not the one I got to worry about. I'll have time if they're out that far. Where I need it is when they pop up right beside me like that one did. The one that I got in this spot, actually the last time I hunted it, same thing. He was 20 yards before I knew it. And I mean, I'm in an open field here, but it is so foggy today. And what he's done is he's come along this bankway there, this ridge, and was trying to circle a little bit downwind of the call. Now I did use a little bit of rabbit urine on the call today, or not on the call, but on the tree that the call is sitting in. As you can see, I have the call sitting in the crotch of a tree about 2 feet off, 3 feet off the ground, and it seems to work really good. It gets the sound out there a little bit. They can see that decoy flashing, and that Fox Pro is working just perfect. So now it's time to go to work. I'll make it just in time. I'm about 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes from where I work, so I'm gonna get her packed up, head into Triggers and Bows, and spend a day of fixing bows for people.
Pretty happy with him. As I say, he was on top of me before I knew what was going on there. He come along over my left shoulder from behind me and just popped up like maybe 10 yards from me. By the time I got the gun up, he was maybe 15 yards. I didn't take much time to get the gun on him, and I hit him in the back of the head, looks like, and it did the job. I rolled him over. He was done. Again, 6.5 Creedmoor in the Bergara B14 did the job. And I'm sure it'll keep doing the job for the rest of this season here, and on into the future, hopefully.
This set will demonstrate how old Wile Coyote will use the fog and the topography to hide his approach. It looks like we may have this guy fooled.
Closed captioning in today's episode is brought to you by Canuck.
Well, I sure hope I got that in frame, but there was one over my left shoulder, and then all of a sudden I looked up and this guy was coming out of the fog. It is so foggy here. I don't know if you could even see that.
Well, not a big dog. Again, another small one. Very red. I think it's a fashion statement this year. I think the coyotes are all in red. Bergara, 6.5 Creedmoor in the B14 Ridge Wilderness. Just a fantastic gun. It's just it's worked so nicely for me. I really been kind of leaning on this gun this year, and it's never let me down. It's been really good for me. It's got the muzzle brake on it, so it doesn't have much recoil. Not that a 6.5 is a heavy kicker, but nonetheless it allows you to keep it on target nicely. It's well balanced, got a good scope on it, so it's working really well for me this year. I'm going to take this dog, throw it in the back of the truck, see if I can get in another set before I head into work.
When I spotted this coyote on a distant ridge, I thought he might just approach, but he wouldn't quite commit. He gave my setup several looks, but to no avail.
Well, it was quite a morning. They were howling like crazy when I first came in here, but then they quietened down, which they usually do. Set the call off. Didn't really see anything for a while, and then about a half an hour ago, that one trotted across the horizon there. Now I'm hunting with my Canuck shotgun because there's some houses around here, and there's only a couple of small spots where you can actually shoot a rifle safely. As always is the case, he happened to be in one of those spots where I could have really, but that's okay. I was hoping he'd come in nice and close and I'd get him with the buckshot, because then you guys get a better look at him. But and we'll keep trying. I'll do a few more sets. We'll keep after him and see if we can't get one to come in. If you can get one to commit to that call, man, sometimes they just come barreling in there, and it's a laugh a minute. Stick with me and we'll see if we can get something going here.
This portion of today's episode is brought to you by Bergara. Our barrels make the difference. On this particular morning, getting my bipod legs tangled in the underbrush caused me to miss these coyotes. Oh well, lesson learned.
Well, another nice red, a male on the Fox Pro call with the Bergera 6.5 Creedmoor. This is a new round to me this year, and it was recommended to me by my friends at Canuck and Bergera, and Ben Crete and Phil Odell told me that this would be a good round for me, and they were not wrong. It's performed flawlessly, and I mean, the Bergera rifles, they're the epitome of quality and reliability, so I had no qualms about picking up one of them, that's for sure. So I'm gonna pack this up, and I'm gonna move off to another set. I don't know what happened with this dog. It was insane. He came in here, I didn't even get the call set up. I got it set up, sat down, put the gun to my shoulder, hadn't even turned the camera on, as you saw. I'm sorry that we didn't have much in the way of pre-roll, but he come barreling in there. I saw him streaking up out of the bottom. I had just hit the call button, hadn't even turned the camera on, as I said. The call was down really, really low, and he must have been right here in the brush and heard it, and boom, he came running. So as soon as he tried to circle downwind, which they usually do, he stopped. And as soon as he stopped, why, I put the crosshairs on his chest and let him have it. I waited, called a little longer, because sometimes there'll be another one around. If you switch up the call, they may come sneaking in to find out what happened to their buddy. That didn't happen. So like I said, I'm gonna try and pack up everything and head for another spot and try one more set this morning.
On this set, I'm joined by my good friend, Scott Adams.
This wind here is not helping us any. Scott and I came in here this morning. We're overlooking a big river flat. And it's been windy though. So what we've done is we started out with some social barking and howling, because right now the coyotes are kind of in a social mode. And as with any calling, whether it's turkeys or deer or whatever, you are trying to paint a picture in the animal's mind. So what we've done is we started with some social howling and stuff, and then some excited barking and stuff like that, to make any coyote that's nearby think that, there's other interlopers in his territory and they're hunting here. Once we start with the rabbit squealing, sometimes the coyote will think that, that the interlopers have got a rabbit down and they haven't quite dispatched it yet. So we're hoping that something will hear that and come a-trotting in. It's a really nice spot that Scott has a setup on this morning. You can see for a long, long distance, which is great. I've got the Bergera 6.5 Creedmoor, so we can reach out and touch them if we need to. And we're also lucky enough to have a Canuck shotgun with some number 4 buck in it, just in case they get up on us in a hurry. So stick with us and we'll see if we can't do something for you here.
This segment is brought to you by Excalibur Crossbows. Different for a reason. The wind kept the coyotes hunkered down that day, but the view alone was worth the effort.
It's just getting legal light here nicely now. When I was coming in, I heard coyotes howling from everywhere around here. I'm gonna get quiet because there's a pair of tracks that just go right past me here, like 10 yards. I got the call out. Everything's ready to go, so let's see what happens.
Well, folks, thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in next week for more exciting hunting action right here on Line of Sight.